Is it possible to learn to do the splits in just 30 days? That's what I'm going to try and figure out. That means I need to have a solid plan going into this for something to do every single day. Here's what I'm going to do. For warm-ups, I will do front to front leg swings, side to side leg swings. I will do the 2 minutes each doing a hamstring stretch, and I will do 1 minute of a butterfly stretch, 1 minute of a pancake stretch, which is kind of the full splits but not quite as wide, and then I will also do 1 minute of the pigeon pose on both legs. After that, I will go into actually attempting, which would be 1 minute in the stretch that would eventually get me there, and then I'll do 1 minute of rest. And I will do that 3 or 4 times and call that a day. There are a couple things that I want to think of when I'm attempting this. You do have to lean forward a little bit to prevent your pelvic bone from hitting your femur, because just the way that the bones are shaped. And I am going to have a rest day on every 4th day, just to give my body a little break there to recover, and then I will go right back into it. So 3 days on, 1 day off. Now, let me be clear, I'm not a flexible person. It's almost a miracle that I can touch my toes. So I know 30 days is ambitious, but let's see what we can do. So day 1. Well, day 2. I actually forgot to record day 1. I was too excited to get started. So here's day 2. I watched a few different videos on learning or being able to do the splits in 30 days. And to me, it almost seemed possible. So I'm going into this optimistic and excited to see what I can do. By the end of week 1, I was definitely feeling something. Not really progress, not soreness, mostly just pain from doing the splits. I was working through the different poses, putting in the work, still optimistic. We're on day 7 now, so I'm gonna do my warm-ups and see if I've gotten any closer. Week 2 has rolled around. I still am diligently doing my stretches, my poses, making sure that I'm doing everything that I can and continuing to try. Still not feeling any progress though. One spot where I feel like I might be getting a little bit deeper in the stretch is my pigeon pose. It seems like my hip is getting a little bit closer to the ground. We'll see if that is true at the end when I put everything side by side. But that's really the only area that I feel like I'm getting any deeper in my stretches. I was putting in so much effort, so much extra time also. It's about an additional 20 to 25 minutes a day of doing these stretches. And the results were not much as far as what I actually felt. And just trying to get a little bit deeper in the splits seems so challenging. But I'm curious to see just how close I can get. I don't necessarily think that I can complete the splits in 30 days, but I'm curious how close I can get. It is now day 30, which means it's time to see what I was able to do. I'm gonna do some warm-ups here, got my leg swings. Going into this, I didn't necessarily think that I could end up doing the splits in 30 days. Mostly because when I first started stretching regularly, it took me longer than 30 days to just touch my toes. So I know that it's a long shot, but I am trying to just see what is possible. Week 4, by this point, all of my optimism and enthusiasm is gone, starting to really have that reality set in that it's just not gonna happen. I started to accept that 30 days truly was not enough time to be able to do the splits, and that's partially my fault for seeing the videos beforehand of people being able to do it But that's also people that were already pretty flexible and pretty close to being able to do the splits. If you've never been flexible or never been able to do the splits, it's going to take a lot more time than just 30 days. Pancake pose, I don't feel like I improved at all on the pancake stretch. And here is my pigeon pose. This one I do actually feel like I'm able to get a little bit deeper than I was originally. Now the only thing left to do, see how close I can get. It's time to give it a try. See if I was able to do a split in 30 days. I've got my sliders here just to help me get into position. I've also got some bars here to stabilize myself. Let's see how close I got in 30 days. I know in my head 30 days is not that long. It's not enough time. Ugh. 30 days is not enough time, but maybe I can still. I still have this little bit of optimism that I can get at least close. That's kind of it. And this is painful. I'll turn around here in a second to compare to day 2 that I recorded. Doesn't look like I got it, but let's see how close or how much I improved. That's my limit right there. See if I go just a little further here. Pain. Okay. Whew. Well, that's as close as I got in 30 days. Now the plan was originally to do 3 days in a row and then rest. And I tried to do that throughout those 30 days. There were a few days where I was sick and a couple days where I was just too busy. And I prioritized going to sleep instead of staying up late and trying to do some stretches. So I don't know if that really made much of a difference or not. My original plan was to do 3 days and then take the 4th day off and repeat that as much as I can. Here's what I was supposed to do. Here is what I actually did. So did I get any deeper? I think I did a little bit. It's kind of hard to tell just by looking at the video, but I do think I got slightly deeper from day 2 to day 30, but not enough to really feel like the amount of time spent doing that warrants me to continue doing that. Doing the splits would be cool, but I think it's just something that I need to accept is just not for me. So one thing that I learned was actually from a video I didn't see till after day 30. The video is called Realistic Time It Takes to Do the Middle Splits, and it's from the channel About Wellness. In that video, it takes 717 days for him to be able to do the splits. That's probably a more realistic timeline. If you aren't flexible, that's probably going to be closer to the time frame it takes. I might still do some split stretching just to improve my own mobility, not necessarily to do the splits, but just to feel a little bit more mobile in myself. In the video, he says there is no right time that it takes to achieve something, and doing the splits is something. So it can take everyone a different amount of time, depending on experience, depending on your body, depending on a lot of different circumstances. But let me know what other challenges I should try.